This presentation was brought to you by the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club. For more information, visit our website, ncarc.net. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Good evening. Welcome to the Monday evening NCARC Tech Net. This is Kilo Alpha 6 Echo Tango Echo. My name's Jim. I'll be net control for this evening's Tech Net. Looking for check-ins. Anyone wanting to check into tonight's Tech Net, please call now.
This is November 0, November Yankee, Bart in Evans.
Good evening, Bart. How are you doing today?
Other than a bellyache I've been carrying around all day, doing pretty good, thank you. The weather sure is nice out.
Yeah, definitely been a nice past few days, and I know I've been outside enjoying it. Thank you for checking in. Anyone else want to check into tonight's Tech Net? Please call now.
Whiskey 2, Mike, India, Charlie, Mark in Lovelandia.
Good evening, Mark. How are you doing today?
Like Bart, I am enjoying the glorious summer day here in the early parts of March. So I'm loading up bookshelves with books.
That doesn't sound like fun. Well, after you get them done loading, then it might be fun, but loading up bookshelves is never really that fun. Thank you for checking in. Anyone else?
Kilo 0 Alpha Romeo Delta. This is Ann in Fort Collins.
Good evening, Ann. How are you doing today?
Doing well, thanks. Lovely day. Did a little outside work, a little work inside when you have to, and away you go.
As long as you get a chance to get outside to enjoy the nice weather. Thank you for checking in. Anyone else want to check in? Please call now.
Zero Yankee uniform. Jeff over in Evans.
I believe it was K0YYU. The prefix was pretty much cut out. If you can please come back.
Kilo Echo 0 Yankee uniform. KE0YYU. I'm Jeff over in Evans.
Okay, thank you for checking in, Jeff. How are you doing this evening?
It's great to be alive. What a beautiful day today.
Definitely agree. Anytime you wake up in the morning, it's a great day. Thank you for checking in. Anyone else? Please call now. Hey, this is Kilo Alpha 6 Echo Tango Echo Net Control for this evening's Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club Tech Net. Looking for check-ins. Anyone wanting to check into tonight's Tech Net, please call now.
This is Kilo Echo Zero Papa Uniform Quebec, Bill Loveland.
Good evening, Bill. How are you doing today?
Pretty good, Jim. Just went back to my handheld. How am I hitting you?
You're full quieting into the repeater. No static, no nothing.
Nice. I just replaced my fake Nagoya with the rubber ducky, so I'm glad it works.
Yeah, definitely, it's working. And the Nagoya antennas, if you can find the original and not get scammed on it, they are good antennas. But unfortunately, there are a lot of fake ones out there. Thank you for checking in. Anyone else want to check into tonight's TechNet? Please call now.
Kilo Echo Zero Yankee Mike Juliet Ron in Fort Collins. Nope, sorry, I moved. Ron in Windsor.
Good evening, Ron. How are you doing today? Besides being confused on where you're at.
Yes, you'd think I could figure that out, but other than that, all is well here. Thank you.
Good to hear. Thank you for checking in. One last round. Anyone want to check in? Please call now.
Good evening, November 0 Echo Mike Papa, Greg in Fort Collins, with Debbie, K0DBE.
Evening, Greg. How are you and Debbie doing today?
I just got back from a weekend trip to California. Got back here to find out there's apparently no toilet paper in Colorado.
Yeah, it is hard to find. One hint, if you do run out and need some, that I've seen it at Walmart and everywhere else, is go to the camping section because they have the RV and porta potty toilet paper. The shelves were full in that area, but the normal toilet paper was gone.
Well, we've got probably a 2-week supply on hand, but I heard the news about what's going on with that, so I asked Debbie to take a look for some while she was out. She sent back some pictures of empty shelves.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't last long. A little bit of overreacting by a lot of people, but you never be too over-prepared for it. Thank you for checking in. Get moving on. We will take check-ins anytime during the net if you haven't checked in already. Anyone have any questions they would like to ask the net? Please call now.
Zero YYU.
KE0YYU, Jeff, go ahead.
Licensed, got my technician license in January, and plan on getting the general as soon as I can here. Looking at kind of looking at platforms and technology anybody's running a Raspberry Pi in their technology stack, I'm kind of interested in making that a data logging to device.
Your signal dropped out there at the end. Last thing we got was Raspberry Pi, and then it went to static with the occasional word.
Just curious if anybody's been a Raspberry Pi in their technology stack there. I'm kind of interested in using one for setting up an application server for all different kinds of ham radio apps, running a log file on some network attached storage. He's gone down that road with them.
I have some experience with the Raspberry Pi and setting up stuff. Does anyone have any comments before I give my 2 cents about it? I hear nothing. I'll go on to, like I said, I have some experience with them. I actually have 2 different Raspberry Pis. I have the Raspberry Pi 3 and a Raspberry Pi 4 that I use. The Raspberry Pi 4 I have set up for, if I'm playing with a lot of different radio things, I have it set up to where it is constantly running an APRS program, display map and everything. It is connected to a small 1-watt receiver that receives all the APRS signals and displays them on the map and everything for me. There is a lot of good resources if you go to YouTube, there is one guy that's all he does is Raspberry Pi stuff with amateur radio. It's KM4 ACK. That's Kilo Mike 4 Alpha Charlie Kilo. That, like I said, he has probably 150 videos with different things for Raspberry Pi, and also does a lot of programming where he writes the programs himself for different aspects of amateur radio using the Raspberry Pi.
I'm a newly retired tech industry guy, so I'm not intimidated from the technology side of it. I'll check YouTube out and see what I can build with it. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of stuff to where I'll watch some of his videos. There's a lot on GitHub, a lot of different programs that people have written with using the Linux for the Raspberry Pi, and you can download them and then adjust them and tweak them to what you want. I know he has a lot of real nice programs to where it'll have a heads-up display on your screen off your Raspberry Pi that shows everything from your radio, that it'll display frequency, band, or your band frequency, all the settings that you have. I mean, it gets pretty in-depth on a lot of stuff, and definitely probably one of the best, if not the best, resources for the Raspberry Pi that I found for amateur radio use.
Good. Yes, I love the footprint of it, and the embedded Linux there I think it's good stuff, and it has a spot in my shack going forward. Thanks for that. YYU.
Definitely, thank you for the question. Yeah, this is Kilo Alpha 6 Echo Tango Echo Net Control for this evening's NCARC Tech Net. Anyone else have any questions or comments for the net? Please call now. I hear nothing. I don't really have a topic that I've been thinking of. Other than I'll bring something up that I've been getting into over the past week and a half is the Parks on the Air. I don't know how many people are familiar with it, but it's similar to contesting, but you visit different national parks, state parks, different areas that are registered in a database and trying to accumulate contacts. It's get outdoors, set up portable stations, operate from your vehicle if you have HF capabilities, or you can even do 2-meter simplex. You can't use any repeaters or anything. Today I made a trip over to Lowry State Park and decided to try and operate out of my vehicle with a mobile antenna on HF. Did not do very good because of the surrounding ridge lines and everything else, and as low as you sit on the roads in Lowry State Park. I've been trying to over the afternoon thinking about different ways to where I can go back over there to be able to get a little bit more capabilities from there without having to set up a big antenna. Like I said, you are inside a state park, so you can't go out there and put up 160-foot long wire and everything else. You're limited on what you can do inside parks. Anyone have any suggestions on what they would try with limited space? I mean, I pretty much get away with a vertical and possibly a really short NVIS setup, which is what I'm thinking. It's like 56-foot NVIS wire set up an inverted L. I think might be the only chance of getting out of the park on HF with any type of reliability. Anyone have any questions or comments for the net?
MIC, I'll try to address the how do I operate in the park in limited space and limited time question.
Hey, Mark, go ahead.
It is just literally about 3 minutes to set up a little tripod, a Wolf River coil, and an MFA 17-foot telescoping whip, and to set the contact point on the coil for the band of your choice, and to lay out 3 33-foot radials, which will get you up on 40 and everything lower, that is to say 20, 30, 20, etc. More radials are better, but 3 in fact will work. And you are up on the air and going. My setup I can put up in 3 minutes and take down in maybe 5 because I have to coil up the radials. Works just fine, takes 100 watts or whatever you have in your vehicle for power. The other suggestion would be if you have a screwdriver antenna on your vehicle, you can run that very well. And if you are running 40 or lower, you probably want to put out a couple of radials because your vehicle is not a big enough counterpoise for 40 or 80 or whatever. Easy, quick, cheap, works like a champ.
Yeah, hey, that's a definite option. I know I was over there I have the screwdriver style antenna on my vehicle with I have the Addis 120A, which is the auto tuning screwdriver style antenna, and that I was able to get out limited. I was getting like 5.4 signal report and 5.5 signal reports. Receiving, I was everything I was receiving was a 5.9 or a plus 10 dB or higher. I mean, I didn't have my big vertical that I was going to try over there, but with the ridge lines, I'm sure you're familiar with Lorry State Park. When you're sitting in there, you got ridge lines all the way around you within a quarter mile, so it's a definite challenge trying to get the signal taking off from a vertical antenna with your takeoff angle to make it over the ridge lines. Going east isn't as bad as trying to go west. You'll never make it over them with a vertical. That's why I was considering a shortened wire with NVIS setup, but definitely going to be trying again with a bigger vertical antenna.
I also have a spider beam kit, which is a 40-foot telescoping push-up fiberglass pole that suspends a Wyndham, an off-center fed Wyndham, in inverted V configuration. And that takes maybe 10 minutes to set up while I'm still new at it. And that will get you up on 6 through 40 inclusive. And of course, that's up in the air further. And it's an inverted V. So your takeoff angles would be much higher.
Yeah, definitely. I know takeoff angle is going to be everything. I was over there for about 2 hours and only managed to squeeze in 9 contacts in the 2 hours just because of not being able to get out of the valley in there. And last week I was over at Boyd Lake State Park out in the wide open, pretty much in the Front Range Plains area, and within about 20 minutes I accumulated about 30 contacts. So it's a big difference between location, even though they're only about 5 miles as the crow flies apart. Just the difference in terrain.
W2MIC, have you perchance gone up to Estes Park and tried operating from Rocky Mountain National Park?
Not yet. That is on my to-do list. As soon as I might try going up before then, and the rainbow curve or whatever it is just above the snow play area, I might try from there. But I was thinking about going up towards the top early in the day before anyone gets up there, up at the Alpine Visitor Center, get up to 11,000 feet and see how far I can get from there.
Oh yes, operating on top of an 11,000-foot granite tower has certain advantages. I personally hope this year to get up on top of Trail Ridge with a vehicle-mounted antenna and try that. Of course, it's a little early for that. The snow needs a little more melting and clearing.
Yeah, definitely. I know that's one thing that got me interested in the Parks on the Air, was something to get me to go outdoors and operate outdoors more than I have instead of sitting inside. I mean, it's something to do, something to work towards. I mean, it is contesting in a way, but you do make more contacts. You're not limited on what you can do. I mean, you can do pretty much any mode, anything, as long as you are not using a ground mounted repeater. You can do satellite communications, VHF, UHF, simplex, all kinds of stuff. I mean, it definitely makes it a lot more interesting and just getting outside and operating. Last station, your audio was a little bit low, but go ahead.
I did something bad to my microphone. Sorry about that. And zero in my mind. You guys have me anxious to go and do this too. And Mark, snow clearing is grossly overrated. I say we just go anyway. We have the tires for it. one down and I'm working on a larger antenna that can go on the vehicle, absolutely. Wouldn't drive with it, but I would use it stationary. But yeah, comparable to the Wolf River coil, but with a shorter width. Anyway, this could all be such a blast. Yep. Maybe we just need to go up on separate peaks, although it would be fun to go up together the first few times. So I would love to participate in such, and zero in my mind.
And of course, the inexpensive way to do all this, as Bart says, is with ham sticks. That's about $30 per band. And the two bands you need would be 40 and 20. And you're up and going. And if you're a digital monster, be it Morse or FT8 or whatnot, 30. But for 60-ish bucks, of course, just 40 meters would be 30 bucks. You're up and going. And some kind of mount on your car, and a mag mount works fine.
Yeah, I definitely agree there. I know another place I want to try and get this summer and set up to operate from is the top of Storm Mountain, which will require a four-wheel drive vehicle to get up there.
Excellent. And I will also suggest Jelm Mountain. It's a little further drive. It's up above Laramie there. But just a little bit down below the Wyoming Infrared Observatory is an ideal place to set up. You can do several vehicles. We've even camped up there on field days in years past.
Yeah, definitely sounds interesting and some place to go. We'll definitely have to see about getting a group together and getting out somewhere and setting up a site somewhere and see what kind of contacts we can get. I know furthest one I've had portable was I've gotten down into the Caribbean and Mexico area and everything else running digital. I've managed to get further over into Europe and that on mobile with 100 watts on digital, so it's definitely doable and something interesting to do. And this is Kilo Alpha 6 Echo Tango Echo Net Control for this evening's NCARC Tech Net. Any other questions or comments for the net? I hear nothing. I'd like to thank everyone for checking in this evening and contributing to the topics. A reminder, Wednesday evening is the NCARC Club Net at 6:30 with early check-in starting at 6 p.m. And also, get outside, have some fun, enjoy the nice weather. And this is Kilo Alpha 6 Echo Tango Echo closing the net and opening the repeater for general use. 7-3, and hope everyone has a good evening.